I don't remember what to do in a ball pit.
Oh, I'm really sinking.
It's like quicksand.
This is the last you'll see of me.
Goodbye. Today we're meeting up with Samia, an emerging singer-songwriter who never misses an opportunity to find inspiration in the world around her. Hey, Samia!
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So I thought that we might start our adventure riding bikes because I know that that's something you love so much.
I do love that. Okay.
All right. You ready to try it out?
Yeah.
Let's go. So your love of biking led us to Celebration Bike Rentals. Bike riding for you an everyday thing?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it for you?
No, I haven't been out on a bike in a long time. For you to find that inspiration that you need, is it about having, you know, the same trail, the same path, kind of on autopilot?
There are creative benefits to autopilot.
Sure.
In that I'm just using muscle memory so I can be in my head, not worry about running into anything.
Right.
But yeah, there are benefits also to a new environment.
So much wildlife, gators, you know.
Gators?
Oh yeah, any major body of water.
Oh, man.
But it's fine, don't worry. We're faster than them on these things.
Okay, good.
Let's talk about touring a little bit and seeing all those new places and experiencing all those new environments.
There's something so familiar now about variety and change, and so I almost, it's become a necessity in my life. Although it can be exhausting, ultimately, it's worth it for me.
If you're moving and just up there performing your ideas and your inspiration that you've already had, do you ever get kind of struck with it again since movement kind of brings that out in you?
Not necessarily on the stage.
Sure.
So distracted by not forgetting the words to my own songs. But
Really?
Yeah, totally. But I do love moving around on stage. I feel the most myself when I can
Move.
Yeah.
That's great. What do you do to recharge?
I'm gonna think of a healthy habit.
It's okay if it's not.
I feel lucky enough to lean on the people in my immediate circles in my life. The people that I travel with are real good, close friends of mine. So that helps a lot.
Well, I think maybe we've worked up a little appetite. I know I have.
Oh, sure.
Gonna go grab some lunch?
Yeah, I do.
All right, let's do it. So this building, I believe, was built in 1881. So we're actually kind of walking into a piece of history, which is, I think, so cool when they take something and repurpose it. But it was the first retail store in Florida.
Oh, whoa.
Right?
Wow,
Isn't that
that's
cool?
crazy.
Is that something that interests you at all? Finding those places, those little gems of history, maybe of a certain place that you're seeing for the first time?
I like going to museums and I do a lot of writing in my off time.
So this photo is what it looked like.
No way.
Yeah, isn't that neat?
Oh.
So what I thought was really cool about that space is when you walk in, you're seeing the historic and the new. And these are, what are these? Oh, receipts from the hardware store. And then we finally got to go for lunch. We walked to the back of the building to 1881 Dubai, which was just a completely different atmosphere.
Right.
I thought it'd be fun to have some food that really you grew up on.
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe just talk a little bit about food and your family and what it means to you.
It's a really important part of my identity and I love talking about it. I love sharing it with other people and hearing other people's stories about being Lebanese. And so, yeah, I loved getting to talk about it. I grew up around similar food to this. My whole family orbited my sort of matriarch grandmother, who I called my situ on my mom's side. And so every holiday we would eat Lebanese food, and I felt really immersed in that culture during that part of my life. So fond memories.
Yeah. So I know she was very special to you. So do you have anything in your artistic endeavors that really kind of honor her?
The last voicemail she left me, which is a lullaby she used to sing me growing up, in Arabic, is sampled on both my records. And when I first released the song with her singing on it, I didn't know that it was a shared experience. I didn't know other people had been sung this lullaby.
Oh.
So I found out sort of through releasing that it was this like thing that I shared with all these people I didn't know, and now it's been this great way to connect with them and also her.
And her,
it's
forever.
one of the most special things I've gotten to do as an artist is like pay homage to her and also like, you know, all these other people with similar familial experiences.
The kebab was delicious.
Great, yeah, my first kebab.
Well, shall we try your first kebab?
Yeah, absolutely. I just hadn't really eaten meat up until that point, or until last year, so it was, it's an exciting thing to get to try now.
Yeah. Do you have family meals with your band?
We do!
Yeah?
Yeah, we do. We stay in the same Airbnb, at first coincidentally, but now traditionally in London every time, and there's right next door a great Lebanese restaurant, so it's sort of like, it's our tradition now that we land in London, we go to this Airbnb, and then we get Lebanese food, and we bring it back to the Airbnb.
What a job we have, right? Let's try this baklava. It's gonna be so good. Yeah.
It's the best.
So our next stop was an educational conservation area. Kim, this is Samia.
Hi, nice to meet you.
So we're here at the School District of Osceola County Environmental Center, and I was hoping you could talk to us a little bit about conservation and habitat here in the area. Conservation is so very important to you because you're an animal lover. Where does that come from?
I've always had animals around. I've always been drawn to animals. And I just think they are generally overlooked, maybe dismissed. And so, just passionate about keeping them safe.
So where should we start?
So we can start with, we're in a scrub area. So this is our upland habitat. And the reason why this habitat is so important right now is because it's also in high demand. So one of the issues is if you think about being high and dry when it comes to building, then of course that's where all the development and our shopping centers and things, it's much easier to build on something already dry rather than wet and in a flood zone. So of course this is what everybody wants. This is the high demand. So we need to make sure that we protect this. And a lot of animals live in our upland scrub areas that don't live anywhere else.
Like?
Well, indigo snakes is one of them, and gopher tortoises is definitely one.
Gopher tortoises.
And gopher tortoises, they have about 400 to about 450 other species that use their burrows.
It's amazing how much they can do for the other animals in their environment.
Yeah, I had no idea there were so many other animals that lived in these mounds and these burrows.
Yeah, that's cool.
And is it because so much building is happening, so things are just becoming more and more?
So the biggest problem, especially with our indigo snakes as well as the gopher tortoises, but indigo snakes, they're incredible because they have like a 3-mile radius that they may travel. So when you think about habitat fragmentation, as soon as there's a roadway or a development in between their natural traveling, they're bound to either be injured or especially roadways, domestic animals, situations like that.
And you have an indigo snake.
I have an indigo snake, so
don't you?
Shall we introduce Elvira?
Are you okay?
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah, me too. Do you have a fear of snakes at all?
Not more than any other potentially venomous thing, but it was nice to, Elvira was so peaceful.
So this is Elvira.
Hi, Elvira.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
wow.
she's probably, I think we're at about 5-6 years old now. You're welcome to pet her and touch her.
Hi.
She doesn't mind. She's one of our educational ambassadors.
Oh my goodness,
How
you're so
long will they live?
They can live a good 20-30 years and good, with
for you.
good health. Yeah, so they can have a good long lifespan. The really cool thing about indigos that a lot of people don't realize is they're actually the largest non-venomous snake in North America. So males can reach actually maybe even just over 8 feet. Females are closer to 6 feet, so they're a little bit smaller, but yeah, no, she's great.
What can we do as locals and people from out of town to contribute to conservation efforts?
That's a really good question. So the biggest thing is, of course, education. Spreading the word about what we need to do and what's going on. especially animals that are unappreciated or underappreciated, right? So when we think about our reptiles, a lot of people think about big cats like panthers and bears and deer and stuff. You know, those are really cool, sexy animals. So, you know, we're going to protect them. And but a lot of times the reptiles kind of get swept under the carpet or take the back seat for conservation. So I think the biggest thing is letting people know that this is something that we need to do and that they too also need conservation.
So after we visited with Elvira, we walked with Kim to try to find some gopher tortoise mounds.
This is looking like a good one. We're just gonna stay off to the side a little bit here. But if you look here, you can see the hole there.
Oh yeah.
Yep, that's the burrow. So the tortoise is basically the same size and shape, so you can kind of almost guesstimate the size of the animal by the burrow entrance there.
Cool.
We do have a couple gopher tortoises. Yeah, so we have a couple educational ambassadors I would love for you guys to meet. This is Timmy. You can see Timmy's the one missing the arm there, larger one. And this is Sheldon. But yeah, so these two here, they came into rehab for two different reasons, but two are both human impact related. So unfortunately, that's what we see a lot of with these guys.
I found I really learned a lot about how we can all help.
I liked what she said about it can be as simple as spreading awareness. That's a pretty easy thing for anyone to help with, contribute toward. So
no, absolutely, and I agree with you. I think it's our job to take care of them.
At least we could do, probably. Yeah.
So let's talk about Lonely Dog Immersive. Walking right in to that gift shop. Look at this. Wow.
Couldn't have asked for a better gift shop experience.
I know.
There was something for everyone.
Little action figures. I mean, I have a confession. I've always wanted to be an action figure.
You've always wanted to be an action figure?
Yeah, like, I mean, not me personally, but I want to have an action figure of me. To be clear.
Frozen forever?
So, getting ready to go into the actual immersive experience, I don't know about you, but I had no idea what to expect.
Me neither.
No?
No, that's sort of why I wanted to go there. Could have been anything.
Yeah, it really could have been. So you enter this sort of mining shaft, and it's just this room filled with music and lights and pictures everywhere. And there's a whole story that goes along with it, which really is so fun to just take in.
I loved getting to hear the music too, and after hearing a little bit about the story, and getting to walk around the space too really helps you.
Once you have completed a song, it's all finished. Can you see it? Like, can you see your music? Does it come alive to you in a different way?
Some of my favorite artists are filmmakers, and I pick their brains as much as possible. I think I probably would have gotten into filmmaking if not music. So, and I do. So yeah, to answer your question, yeah, I do. I do see my, I love creating music videos and storylines in my head to the songs and try to be as involved in the creation of the music videos as possible.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Coco.
Oh, she's fabulous.
Look at her. Shall we selfie it?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I got my phone. Hold on.
I love her.
Me too. Okay. My arms aren't very long, but we're gonna try it anyway. And then our final stop was something that we both got a little peek at before we even went into the experience.
No way.
Oh my goodness.
You're gonna do it?
Yes! The ball pit.
My favorite part.
Right?
Probably.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
It's so simple, but so joyous.
It is so, it's joyous in a way that is inexplicable. We do it at the same time?
Yeah.
Okay, 1, 2, 3.
I don't remember what to do in a ball pit.
Oh, I'm really sinking.
Oh, it's like quicksand.
This is the last you'll see of me.
Goodbye. So do you remember the last time you were in a ball pit?
No.
Really?
No, but I'll never forget this time.
That's right.
I grew up singing. I did a lot of singing.
Yeah?
That was my favorite thing to do and hanging out with animals, so it feels apt that we're here.
Your dad's in a band.
My dad is in a band.
So is that kind of where you got your love of music, or?
Yeah, I wanted to be just like my dad.
Aww.
So I sort of just mimicked him until it worked out. I got into writing through him, and now that's my favorite thing to do.
Your favorite thing is writing, like the lyrics and everything?
Poems and
Poems.
Words are really my favorite thing.
That's really awesome. Well, I think we could both probably spend all day in this ball pit.
You can't make me leave. I couldn't be more immersed.
I think we should go maybe before the ball pit takes us.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll follow your lead.
Okay. Oh gosh. It's a lot of core strength. Thank goodness for Pilates. All right, here we go. Samia, thank you so much for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, and thank you for finding these wonderful gems that I didn't know existed.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
and experiencing them with me. That's the great part about my job, so.
Oh, that's good to hear.
Yeah.
It's been so much fun.
I'm so glad.
Such a breeze. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, I can't wait until you're back.